Wonderful. I am excited to be here. You know, the last time that I was here with you guys is right when COVID started, and you asked me to really be a spokesperson for what do we do next. And I'm excited to be here as we are moving forward. So one of the things that her secret weapon is about is how does she move forward and how do we use that to our benefit? You know, women have the feminine, men have the masculine, and I'm not going to get into it at this moment, but it's important that we are really moving forward in this market and at the tail end of reopening, and we are moving forward. Listen, guys, COVID isn't going away. Real estate's not going away. And I don't know what kind of agent you were, but we're going to dive in, and let me just go ahead and pull up those slides and share my screen with you. So sharing screen, getting it. There we go. Clicking, clicking, clicking. All right. And there we go. All right. So, you know, I was going to be in Washington, D.C. with you guys, and that would have been a ton of fun. But here we are. Welcome to my home office. And this is where the magic happens. So welcome to your mid-year meeting. And again, as you can see, today's title is Her Secret Weapon, 5 steps our agents are using to make as much as 100K in as little as 100 days consistently. Now that is a huge word, the word consistently. It's not about ups and downs of real estate here and there, maybe a little bit this month and maybe nothing next month. So let's talk about how to use these systems consistently, because you do need things to move forward. So today is about, and let me just move my screen over here, is that your secret weapon can move you forward. It can move you to 100K in 100 days. Can it do it in this environment? You may be asking yourself, is this something that can be done right now? And maybe you're like, I don't know if I even want to go back to working 40 to 60 hours a week and burn and churn. You know, we've had to rethink some things and really think about, what do we want? What is the dream in our heart? What are we being asked to do right now? Maybe you got to spend some time with family. Maybe you're like, I just want to do it differently. That's what I'm going to talk about today. So let's, so who this can help, let's talk about who today's presentation can help real quickly, and then we'll dive right in because I don't want to waste your time. And it is for the seasoned agent that maybe you're feeling burnout. You just, like I said, don't want to go back to that grind, and you need a pivot in your business. Or you're seeking consistency. Maybe you just don't have that consistent lead flow. How do we do that now? You're a new agent. You want to do it right the first time. Maybe that's something that you want to, you know, build your business right the exact first time. But before I get into all of that, who am I? Why should you listen to me? So I am the founder of the company called Making Agents Wealthy, and we have helped thousands of agents across all of North America. We work primarily with women, and we always say we have a few amazing men, but we primarily work with women because there is a difference. There are different roles, there are different pressures, there's different stress. And so it is my heart to work with women. I don't know if you read moving up into this presentation, but you know, I've had a road just like many of you, losing things, people in my life, and I'll tell you a little bit about that much later at the end. But we are considered the #1 real estate mentor for women in the industry and in this country. So we are consistently helping women all the time. We're seeing transformations. We see it in a short amount of time. We see it in 90 days. I don't work with people for a year. I'm not one of those coaches. I'm not one of those CEOs that says, hey, I want your contract for a year. No, I want you to get transformation. I want you to get it fast. I found success takes as long as you give it. I've been in this industry a long time. And when it took me a year to coach people, it took them a year. And when I just really dialed it in and brought it into 90 days, 90 to 100 days, that's when I saw the success just quantum leap. And so that's what we're doing. We do specialize, like I said, in working with women. That's who I am. So I created a business in a brand new market, in a down market, just kind of like we're experiencing now in some areas absolutely not. But in a down market, 100,000 in 100 days, and then closed out that year in that brand new market just under 500,000. So that is what I want to share with you. It is possible. It's just mindset shifts and tweaks, and I'm going to take you through those 5 steps. So the first thing I want to talk about is the big 3. Before you get into the steps of, how can I do this? I want to make sure that you guys are creating the income that you want in life. Because if you aren't creating the income that you desire, there's a struggle there, right? There's a struggle. There's a challenge of us showing up powerfully in our families and emotionally and physically. I mean, if we're just working 50, 60 hours a week and we're not making that income, we're going to really be struggling in many areas in our life. So I want to make sure you're getting the income that you desire in your business. All right. The next thing is freedom. If you don't have freedom to do the things that you want to do in life, you're going to feel trapped. You're going to feel struggling. You're going to feel like you're chained to this job. If you make all the money in the world, but yet you're working so many hours, you don't have time and freedom to take time off, take care of your children, your aging parents. It could be any of that. So make sure that you get freedom in your business. The last thing, it's your impact and your contribution to the world. Now, you may not even be thinking about that. You're like, Karen, I just want to make $1. I just want to make the income that I want to make so that I can pay my bills, so that I can be consistent. I can supply for my family, let my husband quit his job. What else? I want to go to Europe for 30 days. This is what I want to talk about. I want you to be able to have the dreams in your heart's desire. Because if you're not living in that way, you're not living powerfully. Now, my life was not always that way. Your life is probably not always that way, but it is possible. And so the 5 steps I'm going to share with you will absolutely get you there. And as women, I feel that you absolutely deserve it. It is my heart's desire to make sure that you have that. So if you have income and no freedom, you're feeling trapped. But if you're not giving back to the world in some way, you're not feeling fulfilled. My belief is that we all have this desire within us. Women have a desire within them to give back, help others, make this more than just a job. This is putting meaning behind the money. And it also is building a business that will be a legacy for you, your children, your children's children, however far you want to go. So let's just get right in. All right. So let's discover the 5 steps. All right. So shift number 1. All right. Step number 1, shift, whatever you want to call it, is stop selling real estate. Now you may think that is absolutely crazy. Like, Karen, what are you talking about? That's my job. How do I stop selling real estate? You stop selling real estate by selling a result. Stop selling stop selling your 21-point marketing plan, stop selling your 3D videos, your video tour, and start selling a result. Now, there are only 2 reasons why people aren't hiring you as their agent. And number 1 is they don't see you as adding value to their lives. Think about it, guys. If they're not hiring you, obviously they're not seeing the value there, right? And number 2, you're trying too hard to sell yourself, your company, and your 21-point marketing plan. So just imagine. So let me give you an example. One of our clients, they were in the grocery store and someone asked them, just in line, just checking out 6 feet away, what do you do for a living? What do you do? And instead of saying, I'm a real estate agent, which is fine, it's the truth. But what happens when you say that? Everyone has a preconceived notion, don't they, about what a real estate agent is. They either had a mother, brother, sister, someone who was in the industry, and they were a real estate agent. And so if that was the case, they have in their mind, oh, okay, you work part-time, you do it as a hobby, what else? You make $30,000 a year if you're lucky. I mean, you don't know. Or they're thinking the opposite. Oh my gosh, you're super busy and you make tons of money, but we don't know where they're coming from. So stop saying you're a real estate agent and sell a result. What do I mean by that? I want you to talk to them about, I help buyers find homes that aren't even on the market yet. I am saving them thousands in negotiation. Now, if you're wanting more listings, you could say, my job is helping homeowners sell their home in a matter of days, not weeks, and I'm getting 99% of asking. You might even, if you have done your numbers, and I'm going to encourage all of you to do your numbers, be accountable to yourself, know what your numbers are. I'm helping my homeowners sell their home in 2 days or less. Maybe your average days on market and your market is 20 days. Then say it. Stop saying you're a realtor. Stop saying I'm a real estate agent. Say I'm helping my homeowners. I help homeowners sell their home in 20 days for 100% of asking, or 99%. In this market, it's typically 99 or 99.5 or something like that. What happens is, if that person is even remotely interested in what you have, they're going to say, oh my gosh, how can we work together? How can we make this happen? So if they're looking to buy, they're going to be like, you show homes that I can't find on Zillow. You show homes I can't find on realtor.com. How do I work with you? You're saving me thousands on negotiation. I want to work with you. So whatever that is, that's the first thing that you want to do. So stop selling real estate. You're not here to do that. You're here to sell a result. And that is what the public wants. And they're going to pay dearly for it. It has massive value to them and their lives. So you want to be educating them on how good you are, beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are the best of the best. I say this all the time. Start believing, start saying, I am the best of the best. I do things other agents don't even think about. If you're going to hire me, you may not say it in these words, but if you're going to hire me, you're not getting Walmart, you're getting Nordstrom's, and I'll share a little bit about that later. But you've got to educate them that you are the best. Stop being reserved. Stop being the silent agent, the hidden agent, the secret agent, and start using your power, all right, by stating it. As women, sometimes we really hold back. And we're like, oh, that's bragging, or that sounds too salesy. Not sharing the results that you actually give people is very selfish of you. Don't do it. I need you to speak your power, speak your results, and speak that I am good. I'm just really good. If you hire me, you're getting the best, and just laugh about it and move on. People will be attracted to that confidence. They need to know with certainty that you are going to give them a result and an outcome. So you're going to have to stop selling real estate and sell that. So here's a point that I wanted to share with you, and it's called the doctor-patient frame. And I always say, does a doctor cold call you and say, hey, who do you know who has the flu or needs heart surgery? No, they don't. So it's not that cold calling doesn't work. It's fine. If you do it, that's fine. It's just not scalable to the level that I want you to be scalable to. It's not scalable to the point of making $500,000 in a year or $1 million in a year. That, if that's your goal, maybe some of you are like, Karen, I just like to make 6 figures. Would you please just shift? It's all the same. It doesn't matter what your goal is, but just make it scalable. The doctor-patient frame is be the doctor, attract, don't chase. So here's what I mean about her secret weapon. Her secret weapon is that she attracts. We are built feminine beings, and we attract, we don't chase. That is masculine energy. Our industry has been built on a masculine framework, and it's worked wonderful. I have nothing against men. I am not Jane Fonda of the real estate industry, but men have a different way. And if you want to be successful and be authentic and not burn out and not be stressed and be in anxiety, overwhelm, then do it in the natural way in which you were born. And that is the feminine way of attracting. The doctor-patient frame just reassures people that you are an expert. You're not cold calling. You're not door knocking. Now, I do have options that I'm going to share with you in a minute if you don't want to do those things. If you do, hey, I'm not here to tell you different, but I know that I cannot scale you to the place that I want you to be and have the income, freedom, and impact that I want you to have in your life if you can't scale. All right, so be that expert. Act as if I am not chasing you. Don't act as if, just don't. Act, come from this place of I am going to do my business in a different way. I'm going to do my business in a way that attracts people to me. And it's not going to be me chasing people down, calling my friends and family saying, hey, who do you know who wants to buy, sell, or invest? Today's call is about business. No freaking way. I don't ever want you doing that. If that's natural to you, fine, go do it. But this is going to be a little bit different today. All right. So I have found that if you don't change this one thing in your business, it's always going to be struggling because your clients will be walking all over you as well. You're going to find that if you don't hold this doctor-patient frame, that you're going to be in a place of always at their service. And I don't mean that you didn't get into real estate to be at service. You're here to help people. You're here to bring buyers and sellers together. You're here to make a difference, hopefully, and have fun in the meantime. But if you don't have strong boundaries, if you don't attract versus chase, people pick that up and they treat you accordingly. Believe it or not, our energy and how we show up trains other people how to act. And so I want you to act powerfully. I want you to act like the expert that you are. I want you to make the income that you need and desire. I want you to have this life. This is how you do it. All right. So, like I said, you're selling. I've already gone through this slide. Let's just go to step number 2. So good. Shift number 2. Now, this is a real discussion in real estate, isn't it? Charging what you're worth. How do you do that, Karen, when everybody out there is charging 5%? You've got discount brokers. You've got all of these things. Let me tell you, they're not you. You're not them. Stop charging what they're charging and charge what you're worth. Let's get into it. So I always say there's a reason people shop at Nordstrom's, because the hiring the best feels really good. It feels phenomenal to buy your luxury car like a Mercedes, a Lexus. It feels good. The Mercedes half the time look like Hyundais when you go down the road. When I'm driving my Lexus, it looks like it's the Nissan that's next to me. And I'm like, maybe I spent a little bit too much money. But that's not the point. The point is buying the best, having the best feels really good. People will want to do that. So when you stop selling real estate, and you begin to focus on the results that people want, they're going to treat you with respect, and they're a lot easier to work with. They actually respect you. They actually treat you better. They don't assume. And they, if you have those strong boundaries and you're charging what you're worth, that's absolutely what will happen. So, it may be simple to say, but it is a lot easier to meet your income goals when you're charging what you're worth versus discounting. Do you know it only takes 6 to 8 transactions a month, depending on your market, maybe less, to make $500,000 a year? Think about that for a minute. 6 to 8 transactions a month to equal $500,000 a year. Can you do that? Absolutely you can. With systems, you can. It is not that difficult. You just need to know what that secret is. You need to know what is next for you. So the bottom line here is that you hit your income goals faster, you're positioned as an expert and not a discount broker, and your clients show up more committed and work as partners. Let me share something with you. What you are charging makes no difference. Let me just rephrase this. The broker down the street and what they're charging has no bearing on what you charge. Why should you discount because they're not confident enough in what they are offering? When you show up confidently, powerfully, you're attracting clients, which I'm going to show you how to do in just a moment. This whole framework works beautifully. And as we're moving forward out of this season that we've had for the last 2 months and in stages of opening, you have an opportunity. Are you going to do things differently? Or are you going to go back to the old ways of doing things? It's your choice. And I have no attachment to it. I only want to help you feel fulfilled and make the income that you want to. So let's go to step number 3. Let me see how we're doing on time. Perfect. All right. So step number 3, you have got to create a lead converting. Notice I did not say lead generation machine. I can do lead generation all day long, but if I don't know how to convert them, we're all in a pickle. We are all in a trouble, right? So you have to create a lead converting machine. All right, so let's get into how. The old way, the old-fashioned way, and I'll share something with you that I think is kind of cool. It just really has these strategies that everyone has experienced before. It's burn and churn. It's burning through leads. It's chasing after leads, and their defenses go up right away. It's like calling expireds and for sale by owners. You say, hey, I'm Susie Q with XYZ Realty, and all of a sudden they're like, nope, don't want to talk to you. I'm doing it myself. But no, we're not talking about that. So it's the old way is about, you just keep chasing after people. And I am just never going to be that person that door knocks. A lot of you love to get outside and walk neighborhoods and door knock. And if that's you, I want you to do that. I really do. For me, I was just never going to put on heels and start sweating, my makeup dripping off. That's just not me. I'm not going to do that. Some of you love it, and I'm not. That's fine. For me, it was kind of humiliating. I felt like I was selling Amway, and there's nothing against Amway either. I probably shouldn't have said that, but it's just no, stop cold calling, stop door knocking, just do things in a different way. So the old way hounds leads and just really hounds them and chases them and goes after them. And it never really addresses what they're concerned about, what's really important to them, what keeps them up at night, sleepless nights, what they're worrying about. So, and the last point that I'll make is that it does make us look a little desperate. So don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do it to your clients. It's not a great way. It creates and sets up a business that is not a lot of fun to work with and work in. You are getting clients that are like, oh, they're taking advantage of you. They're pressing the boundary of your time, and even some of them yelling and just treating you poorly. So it sets that up, and then after you do all of this chasing and all of this stuff in the old way, they're somehow supposed to become a client. So this is just the old way. You call, you text, you email, you drip campaign, you door knock, you mail a letter, you call again. So I just had this slide so that you can get a visual of what that old way is. And again, it's not that some of it doesn't work, but I'll tell you, there's a much more efficient way of doing it. So I don't know why my slide is all wonky. It is just a mess. So the problem is, and what this says down here is that it's cold, that it doesn't speak to them about what's important to them, about, again, what's keeping them up at night. So what do? So here is, and I don't know why this is so large, and I hope that the rest of the slides don't show up like this, but this is about creating a funnel. Of course, all of you have heard about a lead funnel. We want to create an absorbent amount of leads coming into a funnel from many different sources, not just one. This is not the open house game. This is not online leads game. This is not sphere of influence and referrals game. It is about all of that. No stone left unturned. So we pull all these leads into the funnel, and then we create an automation, a follow-up that creates the conversion that brings them to an appointment with you and ultimately a contract. So let's see how that works. The secret weapon is a highly scripted, as you can see, and it is a little wonky, so just bear with me here. The secret weapon is a highly scripted converting presentation. It is scripted. Every word is there for a reason and should be. It is about speaking results. It should not be about, here's my staging. Not that you won't mention these things, but how many of you have heard agents that say, oh, and we IDX to over 250 people, and we have this 3D webinar, 3D virtual tour, and we have 21-point marketing, and we have this, and we have that. Look, all of those things are wonderful, but it's putting you into the category of a mediocre agent, an agent like everybody else out there. In 2000, I think it was 2004, there was a company called the Fuller Brush Company. The Fuller Brush Company was founded then, and they had door-to-door salespeople, and they did amazingly well. The National Association of Realtors came in 2006, I believe it was, somewhere around there. And the 2006 NAR said, this is so successful, we are going to pattern our sales force after the Fuller Brush Company and creating door-to-door salespeople. Well, as you can see, that was in think I said 19. Yeah, I don't think I did. I think 2004. But anyway, in 1904, when the Fuller Brush Company was founded, and 1906, when NAR was founded. What year is it now, guys? What year is it now? And we're still using some of those tactics. So this is a new way of converting all of those different kinds of leads, but that highly scripted presentation is where it's at. That moves, that under that arrow, it says strategy session. That is a appointment, a phone, person to person conversation, Zoom conversation if it's COVID related, something like that, where you're having, it leads to them making an appointment with you and a strategy session. Then they're going to create and get, you're going to create, and they get a VIP package. So in that VIP package are results, the things that they can expect, a guarantee. Now, I'm not saying we sell your home for free kind of guarantee. I'm just saying some sort of a guarantee of service, not using the words integrity, service, honesty. That's to be expected. People expect that from you as a realtor. So it's time to put more of those results-oriented things in, like I was talking in step one. Now it leads to a listing or buyer appointment. That's where you're going out, getting paperwork signed, getting the buyer agency signed or the listing agreement signed. So that's what I'm talking about. And all of it is automated until the follow-up comes. And that is the important thing. And that's going to, it's not chasing, because the automation draws people in. So let's look how it works on the listing side. So let's say you have a listing lead. This little graph shows you that the FSBO or the expireds come in. They are led to automatically, they are led to a presentation. That is highly scripted. 10% of those are going to convert to a strategy call. That strategy call, they all get a VIP package from you. And 50% we have found convert to an actual listing agreement. So let's do the numbers. Let's say you had 100 listing leads. Look at the numbers at the bottom. That equals 10 strategy sessions. All 10 get the VIP package, and you get 50% converted to a listing appointment. And that's 5 listings. Priced right, that's approximately $35,000 if you're in an area where your average home sale is around $250,000. So it's $35,000 in GCI just to you in that one funnel. So let's look at the buyers. The buyer lead comes in, same thing. There is a scripted presentation that also converts at 10%. The 10% get mailed that VIP package that I spoke about. And then they are moving into a buyer tour after that, and then a contract sign. Let's look at those numbers. So you have your 100 listing leads that are in the funnel on one side, and now your buyer leads are on this side. So you're looking, the bottom line is 7 new buyers. So 10 strategy calls, 10 VIP packages, 70% of those, we know that buyers convert a lot higher than listings. So 70% of the buyers convert, that's 7 new buyers, and that's about $49,000 in GCI. All right, are you starting to see where this works? So again, this is just going presentation. Let me start here. Presentation, strategy call, VIP package, contract. All right. So, and again, this is not just online leads. It's not just open houses. It's all of this tied in together, but specifically done. All right. So you can see the presentation runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We've actually done it for you, but it's a strong call to action, and it is converting. The strategy call that you'll do is kind of like, hey, where are you guys moving to? When did it's the same scripts that strategy call is, what's the pain that happens if you don't get to move? Keeping them in the pain and then moving them through to your solution, your results. So awesome. The VIP package, as you can see, it's all in full color, and it's really focused on their results. All right. So it does it day in and day out. You can do it yourself, or you can hire a part-time admin to keep up with the demand of the leads that are coming in. All right. So the most powerful way to connect with your audience, because they don't answer the phone, and we know that. They want what you have because you're speaking in results and outcomes. It establishes you in that doctor-patient frame. It is you as the expert, and it works while you sleep. So even if you're at the beach sipping Mai Tais, this can still be going on. So let's just quickly recap what I've talked about so far. So I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're writing it down. The first thing was we have to stop. We have to stop selling real estate and start selling a result. You have to position yourself as the best of the best and charge higher fees. Charge what you're worth, and then create a lead converting machine. So not just about lead generation, but converting. Leave the old ways behind and begin to start building a machine that works day in and day out. This is how you begin to get to those income, freedom, and impact that I was talking about earlier. That's where your heart, your joy lies. That's where things start really happening. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. This is my favorite because leverage is life. You know, in 2000, and I think it was around 2009, 2010, I was a homeless single mom. My son and I were living in the basement of a friend of ours. We lost everything we owned when that downturn happened. He wasn't, I was in real estate. And it was an overnight collapse. No one expected what happened. If you were in the business then, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This was when this COVID happened in the beginning of March. We're all like, oh no, here we go. Is this going to be the same thing as 2008 through 2013, something like that? It isn't, and it's not. COVID's not going away. Real estate's not going away. And this is just a blip in the road that we've been through before, that we know how to navigate. Leverage is what allowed me to come out of that homeless situation, and literally that is exactly what created the $500,000 in 1 year, is leverage. So let me tell you exactly how we do that. The reason you want to leverage, because many of you are like, Karen, I want to be a single agent. I don't like to manage people. I don't want people working for me, and that's fine. I'm just going to share that when anything happens in your life, if you are a single agent, if anything happens in your life, you're out of business, because it's dependent on you and you alone. There is no leverage for you to do anything else. So the beautiful thing is that we are surrounded by people that work for free. And what do I mean by that? Agents are licensed and they are commission-based until they sell something. So it's very simple to leverage. So there's only one of you. You have great talents and skills. So duplicate yourself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through the presentation, like I had mentioned before, and also leverage an admin or some buyer agents. So you're surrounded, like I said, by people that work for free. Leverage one of them to do all your paperwork so you have more time and you can scale your business. Here's how I suggest doing that. You may be like, Karen, I don't have enough business. And there's many people out there, coaches and trainers, that believe that you need to reach a certain level of business before you hire your first admin. So what I found is that if I waited until I got to that point, and I think there's a rule of thumb, 25 transactions, hire your first admin. So what I found is I am crumbling under all the stuff to do. I am learning all this stuff. I'm juggling so many balls in the air as a mother, as a wife, as a business owner. And again, we aren't hobby owners. If you're a hobby owner, rethink your business. That's all I'll say. If you're a hobby owner, now's the time to get serious and to get into business. If you want that income, if you want time. What I mean by time is like working 20 to 30 hours a week. In real estate, we've been taught you've got to be available 24/7, 7 days a week, or you'll never make it in this business. You've got to build a database for 2 years before anything happens. You got to farm. All these things that are absolutely ludicrous. And I know it's, I'll probably get in trouble. I don't know. A lot of people may be calling and going, no, it does take a long time. It doesn't. I'm here to tell you it doesn't. I am proof of it, from homeless. And I'm talking couldn't afford spaghetti in the canned 99-cent jar of spaghetti sauce to $500,000 in a year. I'll share with you a little later exactly where I got the inspiration. Well, I'll tell you now. I just got on my knees. I got on my knees and I surrendered and said, obviously, I'm not very good at this. I'm not good at life. I'm not good as a mother. I'm obviously not good as a wife. I lost my husband. My mother passed that year we had lost everything we owned, the house, the car, just if it wasn't for the grace of friends, and we would never have made it through, but we were supplied for. And I just got on my knees and I said, God, I really stink at this and I need your help. And I just took everything, I got pen and paper, and I took everything that I heard and I implemented and I implemented and I implemented. And what I found is that I went from absolutely nothing. And if you'll just, I'm not attached to you doing what I say, but you may be in a moment in your life where you're struggling, or you just are losing it, or you're just ready to get out of the business, or you just don't know where to go. I'm just saying, there may be something that I know because I've been there. There may be something I can share with you because I've been there as a woman that shamed because she was not successful, shamed myself, not other people shaming me really, but the shame of not being a good mother because I can't provide him with things, and making it through, and the faith that required. But it wasn't just faith, it was obedience to what I was hearing. And that is what I teach. And this is what this is about. The different levels of, I could talk for hours and I don't have that much time. And I just want to tell you everything. I want to give you everything from my heart. But if you can, out of your next transaction, take $1,500 and set it aside for your admin, getting back to the leverage piece. Getting it back to $1,500 and hire someone part-time. Maybe it's $10 an hour in your area. Maybe it's $12 an hour in your area. Maybe bonus them if they make some appointments for you. Now, Karen, I don't have any money. I don't have any transactions. I can't afford that. That's why I'm asking you. For $100 a week, there are a ton of people out there that just want to get out of the house. They're stay-at-home moms. They want to contribute and make some income, and they're bored to tears, and they want to help you. For $100 a week, that's 15 weeks, which is a little over 3 months. That's 3 months of admin help. At the end of that 3 months, you're going to know, is this working or is this not? But here's the key, and listen. The key to this is not that you have somebody helping you do your paperwork and do your database and do flyers and all of that stuff, MLS input or whatever. The key is, it is extreme accountability. Hear me on this. What I found was that even if you have to put it on a credit card, get $1,500, put it in the bank, find somebody to help you, because they're sitting there looking at you going, all right, what do you want me to do? I'm here. I have been sent by God and I am here to help you. And you're like, oh, crud. I've got to get busy. I've got to do what I'm fearful of. I have to lean in and really pursue this business because there's someone there that's looking at me going, all right, what are we doing? You've got to have the system in place. You've got to know, and you do, you know what to tell them. You know what to give them. If you don't, call me, but you'll know exactly how to do this. So this extreme accountability that they're sitting there looking at you, you will get busy. You will get listings and you will get buyers. It's almost like this secret magic formula. If you don't hire somebody, you kind of, you may be really self-disciplined, but you've never felt discipline until you have someone sitting in a chair looking at you going, all right, what's up? What are we doing? So that's my just quick little tip on that. But also leverage others to convert your buyer leads and then focus on listings. And you may be like, I love working with buyers. Well, that's great. But again, it's not scalable. It all depends on how high you want to go in income. If you want to make $500,000, then you might have to leverage. If you want to make $250,000 a year, you might have to leverage with an admin. If you want to make $100,000 a year, I think you can pretty much do it on your own. I don't even know how to make that happen because I'm all about 250 and 500. Those are the numbers. And then we have some that are on that $1 million mark. So let me see if I had anything else to say on leverage. I think that's it. It's just something that you really want to master. You really want to embrace, because that leverage is life. That's what allows you to go to, it allows you to go to Europe for 30 days. Well, not that anyone wants to fly anywhere, but it allows you to take care of yourself. It allows you to have more self-care and balance in your day, which I'm not a big balance person. I think if you're passionate about anything, there's not a real chance in hell you're going to be balanced. You're going to be passionate. So, but it will help you to lean into what you are passionate about and what you do want to make an impact, maybe in your community, your lives, whatever. You might have aging parents. That's what leverage allows you to do without skipping a beat in your income. All right. So before I share the next tip with you, I want you to know it doesn't have to be me. This is not a self-promoting tip. This is serious. So shift number 5, invest in a mentor. Like I said, it does not have to be me. I'm not attached to that. What I am saying though, is that you need someone to hold your hand, to move you through your business, where you want to go, someone that's been there. If you're a woman in real estate, there is no one better to take you there than another woman. If you know someone like that, who has a high level business that can do it in a short amount of time, I want you to take the money, spend what it takes, and get them to help you walk through the minefield. If I'm going to walk through a minefield, I want somebody who's been through that minefield before and knows how to take me through it. That's what I'm going to hire. That's what I want you to do. Invest in a mentor that can get you there at a high level, not through the old-fashioned ways, but through new, more attracting ways from a feminine spirit, that secret weapon that all of you women have. And you men have it too. It's just that it's innate to us. It's innate to who we are. So if you look at this, I want you to see these are the things that make a great mentor. So these questions have served me well when I've been hiring mentors in my own life. So number 1, and you'll want to write this down. Are they getting amazing clients? Are they getting amazing results in their own business? That should go without saying. So if they're not getting great results in their own business, how are they going to transfer that to you? So a lot of people will get success. Also, they'll get success in one way and teach you another. But also, that's what I mean by question number 2. Do they do what they teach? Can't read my own slide. So they're doing what they teach. What does that mean? That means that there are so many coaches out there telling you what to do, but that's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing to build the business or their real estate business, or they've never done it to begin with. They've never even sold real estate, and they're going to tell you, yes, this is the way you do it because we know business. We know sales. Sales is sales. No, it's not. If you haven't done real estate, you need a checkup from the neck up. Stop telling people what to do if you've never done it. So that's the second thing. Do they do what they teach? The third thing, are they getting amazing results for their clients? Is it proven? Are their clients getting the results that you want? And number 3, they have a system. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Are they transparent about their numbers? Are they transparent about what's happening with their clients? Are they transparent about what they're doing? So the 4th question, do they have a step-by-step system that has fast results? You guys, you've been in real estate for, I'm sure many of you have been in real estate for a very long time. And what happens is that, you see coach after coach after coach, and it's a year, and it's a year and a half, and it's 6 months or whatever. Fast results to me is 90 days. And you're thinking, how can I get results in 90 days? Trust me, it is possible, and there is a system for that. But it takes as long as you give it. Success takes as long as you give it. Don't give it a year. Don't give it 2 years. Don't do all these other things that everybody says you need, like a fancy website and cold calling and door knocking. And just put your blinders on, hunker down, focus, get a system that works, but works fast so that you can have an amazing business. And then the last thing is, do they hold you accountable in a VIP way, in a very important person way? Do they hold your hand? Are they available? Are they there to walk you through that minefield, like I said, holding you, not just going, yep, do this, see ya, talk to you in 2 weeks. Most of you who've had coaches, you know how that goes. It's like, hey, so what'd you do good? What'd you do bad? What do you want to do different next time? Great, see you in 2 weeks, or see you in a week, or whatever it might be. You need someone that's going to tell you step by step by step. Look, I want to do this Karen, but I need a step-by-step. I don't need you to just give it to me and say, go do it. I need it done for me. I need it already done, prepared. Here you go. So these are the 6 standards of a great mentor. So I would be asking whoever it is that you're looking to hire, and like I said, it doesn't have to be me, but find someone, invest what it takes, and get that so that you can get to the next level. It is so difficult to do this alone. So invest in a mentor. Everyone should have one. It brings 2 things. It's going to bring you new ideas, and it's going to bring accountability. And those 2 things bring more income, more options, more fun, and more of life. And that's what I want for you. So there are new ideas in your head right now, just based on what we've talked about, just based on what we're talking about today. So in this presentation, just from our conversation, you can implement some things right away. So doctors earn about $175,000 a year on average in this country. They train for 14 years. If you grow, just read the slide, if you grow your business to $20,000 a month, only $20,000 a month, that's probably 3 transactions a month in most markets. You're well ahead of most doctors. So would a doctor practice without proper training? Absolutely not. They wouldn't. Try doing this without the proper training is like absolutely crazy. So I personally have invested over $500,000 on training and mentoring in my lifetime. The investment was huge, and I've made every mistake in the book. And that investment, however, has paid for itself over and over and over. Part of that is what I bring to the table, working with agents and working with women. And we find that every year we have women that are just getting to the confidence that they receive and able to get to those next levels in their business is crazy. So don't go it alone. Find somebody, find the best, pay what it takes, and work with them. That's my bottom line. So, you know, in 2009, like I said, I lost everything that I owned. And it was such a shift. And the things that I learned from, like I said, just getting on my knees and actually just following through. And I saw this, and I know that I know what the plan was. I had to do that. I had to learn these things so that I could tell other women how to do them. I know that that's why certain things happened. And I want to pay it forward, because from my heart, I don't want another woman to struggle in this business. I don't want them to leave. I don't want them to be overwhelmed or be burnt out because they're working 60 hours a week. Or maybe they just feel like they have to do the masculine type of activities that we've been taught. And I get it, because I did those too. I did them for years. My health declined, everything declined, until then I lost everything. And then I learned a different way, where I was only working 20 hours a week and made $500,000 that next year. Now I have been blessed beyond anything that I could have ever asked or imagined, abundantly, exceedingly over anything I could have asked for. Because the things that have come back into my life that I lost, the things that I thought I would never see again, these are the things that this business can give us if we have the right direction. I believe it is time for women to shine in this industry, to all be extremely successful. I believe that every woman is given a dream that she is equipped for, that she has talents and skills and gifts for. And that if she can step up and say, you know what, no more am I going to struggle. No more am I going to feel inferior or less confident than any of my competition. Karen, you don't know my business. You don't know my market. It's so competitive. Listen, there's nobody like you. I know markets all over North America. They're all competitive. Your market is no different than anybody else's. What is different is you. What is different is the power that you have to make a difference in other people's lives. You just need to know how to speak it. You just need to know how to bring it forward. So that's what I want for you. I know that you have a destiny. You have a dream and you have a destiny. And my destiny is to help you fulfill it. So I'm going to ask you that if you want to, if you feel like, Karen, I want to talk about what's not working, what can work. I'm going to ask you, you can do it a couple of different ways. Reach out. My team and I, we're here to help. It's all women, and we have wonderful male videographer. And so, but he's only man, but it is an all-female staff that I have. And we are, available just to chat with you if it is not high pressure sales. I want a credit card, another credit card, like I want a hole in the head. I don't want your credit card. This isn't a sales pitch. This is about, hey, you might want our help. You might want some clarity around what's not working, and maybe how does this system that Karen's talking about work in my business? How can I take it? Can I even take it? Let me tell you my situation, Karen, and see if it's even a fit. See, and if it's not, we'll direct you. We'll direct you to some place that it is a fit. We're not tied to you working with us. We're tied to your transformation. If that's with us, great. And if it's not, we will direct you. But if you're interested, you can go to the link at the bottom there. It's karencoffey.com/apply. Pick a time, and we'll get on the phone and just talk you through what's happening. It's the best call you'll ever have in your business, because it's not sales. It is literally diving into what's going on. What's going on for you? What do you want? How do I get there? You may not know. Maybe you're working so many hours you don't have time. You need to take the time. Maybe your health is declining. Maybe you just don't know how to go forward in COVID. How do I maneuver, and how do I position myself to really be successful in this? Because you can. We have clients all day. We have these calls every week, and we have clients on there that they share their celebrations. Every week we have 30 minutes to an hour of celebrations. Some people come in later on the call, but they're all getting closings. They're all getting contracts in the middle of COVID. None of them are just like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know. No, it's step by step. So guys, from me to you, I just wish I was in person so I could answer questions. Listen, I have gone through, if you have questions, go ahead to karencoffey.com/apply, or you can just email me at karen@karencoffey.com and say, hey, I'm interested in hopping on the phone, and we will absolutely take you forward and make that happen. So if you're interested, go there. I'll answer your questions there. I've just answered about everything here, and we're just running out of time. I just noticed that I have to make space for the next speaker. So guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you got something amazing out of this content. Take one of those 5 steps. Take one. Stop selling real estate. Charge what you're worth. Be a Nordstrom's. Don't be a Walmart. And then you've got to create that lead converting machine. And also you want to master leverage, and then invest in someone that's going to take you where you want to go. Quit messing around. If you're a hobby owner, fine, this is not for you. But if you want to be, I had a coach say, are you a hoe or are you a beau? A hobby owner or a business owner? I'm like, I'm a beau. I am no hoe. So be a business owner. Be the CEO of your business. Be powerful. Be confident. Make a difference in people's lives. But more than anything, make a difference in your own. For once, stand up and be there doing that. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Gotta go. Olivia, thank you so much for having me. And again, we'll just look forward to next year. Hopefully we are in person and not through Zoom. All right, Olivia. Thanks so much, guys. Take care.